Hello everybody out there in Mathland. For today we will be doing the chapter review for chapter 14, last review of the book. Congratulations, you've made it. So now let's go through them really quick so that you can take your practice test online, okay? Have this with you, definitely. This is page 693 if you need to look for it in the book. So determine whether the line is a line of symmetry. That means when you fold them, do they fall on top of each other perfectly without any overlapping lines? Okay? Or crossing lines. And for this one is a yes. For this one, no, because this one's clearly different from this side. So this is a no. And for this one, even though you're tempted because, oh, well, they look the same. If you were actually going to fold these on top of each other, the triangle would be down here. When you folded it, it would be on this side. And you see how they would cross right here? So this is actually a no. In a parallelogram and rectangle, the diagonals are not lines of symmetry. In a square, they are, but not here. For this one, determine whether the shape has a line symmetry and draw each line of symmetry for that one. For this one, yes, it does. You can cut the letter B right here from left to right. With the star, yes, this is one of them. Okay, draw each line of symmetry. This one, yes, works for her. And then for this one, this is a no. I cannot cut it that way or that way. So no, it does not have line symmetry. Okay. Technically, this one could also be cut like that. It can also be cut like this. And it can also be cut like that. Okay, so it has 5 lines of symmetry for that star. 7. Modeling real life. Divide the parking lot shown into multiple sections using each of its lines of symmetry. When there are 4 cars in each section, how many cars are in the parking lot? So you can separate this parking lot this way to have a line of symmetry. And you can also go that way. Okay, so you can have these sections. So there's 4 cars in each section. That means that 4 times 4 equals 16 cars that could possibly fit on there. Okay, good. On the bottom, 1/2 of a shape and a line and symmetry are shown. Draw the rest of the shape. So if you went 2 up, then you go 2 down, then over, then 1, up, and close. You guys did pretty well with this when you had to do the homework. I checked them all. Okay, then draw the rest of the shape for this one. So this is, we're gonna pretend that the line of symmetry is right here for that one, because you add it yourself. You could have done it over here too and done another same half, but I'm gonna try here. So 1 over here, diagonal, diagonal, and close the shape right there. You could have done it another way as well. You could have, I'm gonna show you. And sorry, my nose is running. Really bad allergies. So let's say that the other line of symmetry would have been right here. They would have been 2 over here, 1 across, right? And then they would have met right here. So there were different ways of doing that one because you chose where the line of symmetry was. Okay, second page is a pretty short review. We're going to classify these triangles by its sides. As you can see, none of these triangles, these sides match each other. We call that a scalene triangle. As you can see, all these 3 are the same. So that is an equilateral triangle. Ooh, triangle. 1. No S, Miss Rivera. And then only 2 of the sides here match. That's isosceles triangle. Okay. Next one, 1444. Now we're going to classify them by their sides and their angles. So all these angles are the same. So that's equiangular. And all the sides are the same. So it's equiangular and equilateral triangle. And here, these right here, this is an obtuse angle over here. It's more than 90. And 2 sides are the same. So this is an obtuse isosceles triangle. The last one, do you see a right angle here? So this is a right, and no sides match, so it's a right scalene triangle. All right. Remember that for you might say here, oh, but this is also an acute because all the angles are acute. Yeah, you're not wrong. But when they're all acute and they're all the same, the better name for them is equiangular instead of just acute. Okay, that's just something to keep in mind because I know that question was brought up when we were doing the regular homework. Which one doesn't belong? So which triangle does not belong with the other 3? These right here, all of these are actually acute angles. The only one that is not acute is this one, because this is an obtuse angle. So that's why that one's different, because it's the only angle out of these four that has an obtuse angle. The only triangle that has an obtuse angle. There we go. And then the last question, we're going to classify these quadrilaterals. You're going to classify the quadrilaterals in as many ways as possible. Well, they already tell you that they're quadrilateral, so you don't have to write quadrilateral for each one because they already told you that they are. The best name for this one is a parallelogram. And people, this is not a rhombus, okay? And the reason why it is not a rhombus is because it does not have all sides equal. You see these two little lines? These two little lines indicate that this is a different measurement than this side, okay? It doesn't mean that it's necessarily double because this is 1 and this is 2. It just means that they're different, okay? As opposed to over here. This has 4 right angles, and all these sides have 1 little dash. That means that this side equals the same as this, the same as that, and the same as that. It's a square. So the first name that you should give a square is a parallelogram. Then you should call it a rectangle. Then you should call it a square. And it's also a rhombus, because a square is a special shape. If this is a square, it actually has all these names. Okay, please do not forget that. But it doesn't work backwards. That means this parallelogram does not have 4 right angles and it does not have equal sides. Therefore, this cannot be a rectangle, it cannot be a square, it cannot be a rhombus. It can only be a parallelogram. You have to make sure you know the requirements of all of them so you don't get them confused. Have that little page from lesson 15.5 with you. If you were in my 3rd grade class last year, I made this little poster that organized the quadrilateral family. I'm actually going to email that out to all the parents for you to have with you because it is a very useful tool. Okay, so make sure you have it with you. Now that you've finished this, I want you to go online and do the practice test. Have all your tools that you might need with you, and make sure that an adult checks it before you submit it, please. Okay, you want to do good on that. Alrighty, I will talk to you later. Bye bye.